Dear viewers of the Tom Photo channel, dynamic range is often mentioned in photography as one of the most desirable qualities in a photo. I have links below where I discuss dynamic range in more detail. Large sensors and advanced cameras can indeed produce incredible dynamic range, especially when working with RAW files, which allow you to capture impressive levels of detail. However, as with many things in life, going to extremes can sometimes lead to the opposite of what you're aiming for. Recently, I found myself in situations where reducing the dynamic range actually improved my photos. Our eyes don't just appreciate dynamic range, they also respond to good contrast. High dynamic range often leads to lower contrast, and many photos look better when contrast is prioritized over dynamic range. Black and white photography is a perfect example. To illustrate this, I took some side-by-side photos with my Nikon D610, which has an impressive dynamic range thanks to its full-frame sensor, and my Fuji X10, which has a much smaller sensor. Both are among my favorite cameras, but they interpret scenes very differently. Take a look at the JPEG images I shot side-by-side, and let me know which you prefer. Is it always the D610 with its smoother, creamier look, or do you sometimes find yourself leaning toward the dreamier vibe of the X10? While the full-frame sensor gives you that creamy, polished look, the X10 offers something different, a dreamy feel that's hard to replicate. Creamy or dreamy, modern or retro, one camera is not always the best. You almost need two cameras to achieve these two distinct styles. While the X10 cannot match the D610's dynamic range, it's also tricky to recreate the X10's unique look with the D610. You'd need to be a true RAW file wizard to bring out that X10 vibe from a D610 file. I'm not sure if I've convinced you that the dynamic range isn't everything, so let me offer another example. I took some RAW photos with the Fujifilm X-T30 and used the in-camera software to create both high and low dynamic range versions of the same scene. Look at the results on the screen. Do you always prefer the maximum dynamic range, or are there times when reducing it creates a better image? Photography is an art form, and you shouldn't feel tied to maximizing any one aspect at the expense of others. There's a danger in focusing too much on one feature like dynamic range, as it can throw the whole photo off balance and fail to capture the mood of the scene. They say a good photo should have strong composition, sharpness, and amazing dynamic range, but great photographers sometimes challenge these norms and go in the opposite direction to achieve fresh, innovative results. Thank you for watching, and I'd love it if you'd consider subscribing or liking the video. I always enjoy my time with you, and I invite you to check back with me in the future. Enjoy your day. Goodbye.